Come on. And boom. Okay. That is a little warm. Hey everybody out there. This is going to be a little weird because I'm holding it on my hand. Today I'm doing a quick job and I want to show you how to do it. I think I've been doing too broad of videos and I need to get more specific to get more views. It'll probably help more people out there because I was thinking, oh, people will go to YouTube and type in how to change the oil in my car. But if I think about it, people will actually go how to change the oil in a 2009 Mustang V6 because they'll want to be specific. So this is the car you've seen before. I did plug some wires on it and oil change before. So I'm going to do another oil change and just walk through how to do it. The first thing you want to do obviously is get the car up in the air, which I did. You can use ramps, jacks, jack stands, however you want to. Then you'll need, things you will need is you'll need a funnel, of course, drain pan, you can already see it's under there. This car takes 4.9 quarts of oil, so 5. Your proper filter, wrench and a ratchet to get it drain plug out with, and something to get the filter off with. You can buy those little cups, but I don't have them big enough, so I will use channel locks. And if you're wondering if I have Marvel Mystery Oil out, I put a little bit of it in here whenever I put it on. So with that out of the way, I'm going to pull the drain plug, let it drain, we'll go from there. So like I said, this is a 2009 Mustang. It has the V6 in it. It's like a 3.8 or a 4.0. The oil drain plug is a 13 millimeter. You can use a socket or a wrench, but you can see here's the drain plug. There's the cross member. It's really tight, so I'm just going to use a wrench. I've already broke it loose. Well, I thought I had broke it loose. There it is. This is probably gonna be good and warm too, because it took me like 5 minutes to get this thing up on ramps because of the blacktop driveway kept skating out. There it is. Be a good time for a ratcheting box in, huh? I don't know when the last time this oil was changed, but I have a feeling it was when I did it, so this is going to be pretty gross, I bet. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Well, come on. And boom. Okay. That is a little warm. I'm going to set my drain plug down, wipe my hands off, let that drain. Once that's done draining, I will move over to here, get the filter out. I always like to let the oil drain, then get the filter last. So we'll step out here, I'll clean my hand off, I'll prep the new filter, let this drain for a minute, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the filter for this car is, I use the SuperTech brand, is a ST2 if you use a frame, it's a PH2, XG2 use if you extra guard, whatever, ST2. This part store can help you find this if you need to know it. Remember, this is for the V6 09 Mustang. I think it's like 05 to 2009, but I will put that down below when I find out the exact dates, what year this works. So what I always do is I take a little bit of this Marvel Mystery Oil, or if on some cars it takes 6 quarts, so I will take the 6 quart and just a little bit on the inside, okay, and a little on the edges there, like that. Take a little bit of this on there. It's good to go. Some people say you don't have to do this anymore. They put oil in the filters from the factory. This is just something I do. I always try and get it on the holes here. That way you'll see little air bubbles come up. That means it's actually soaking down in there. I'll get a little in the middle too, swirl it around. The good thing about this motor is the filter actually goes up. So you could technically fill this all the way up if you wanted to with oil. Put it up on there and spin it on. I would not recommend filling it all the way up because you gotta remember there's a threaded part goes in here, so it could splash out. So I'd only fill it up to like right about here, like half a quart or whatever. So then the other thing you need to do is get the right weight oil. 5W30, I have a video on how to pick out the oil for your car. It'll pop up here. But the way you can check is on the cap, 5W30. So we got the right oil, we got the right filter. Just wait on it to drain. We'll go from there. Something else you can do while you're doing this, check your coolant. This needs a little bit. You can top off your wash fluid. I'm not gonna mess with the brake fluid because I have to replace a rear caliper on this car. Air filter, wipers, it's a good time to do all that. It's just general maintenance job while you're up here. So to be honest, I went ahead and mowed the front yard. Gave it kind of a long drain, mowed the front yard. Finish this up, drop it back down, the backyard. Multitasking, people. So what we're gonna do now is get under there, get the drain plug back in, get the filter off, get the new filter on, put the oil in, and we'll be done. Okay, everybody, back into the car. It is done draining out of the drain plug. I have wiped off the drain plug. I'm going to hand start it, get it back in there. And then if you want, it's 100% up to you if you want to torque this. I have changed, I cannot tell you how much oil in my life I have changed at this point. And I, to be honest, have never, besides at work, torqued a drain plug, because I'm the one taking them in and out, so I get them as tight as I feel comfortable taking them back loose. I know it's probably not the best advice, but if you plan on doing your own oil, you need to be able to get your drain plug back out yourself. Okay, so always just get it snug, not too tight. Okay, right about there, wherever you feel comfortable. That's comfortable for me. So now then, I will wipe myself off, slide my drain pan over like such. I'm going to set you all down right there. I have my channel locks. Like I said, you can buy the cups that specifically fit these filters. I don't have one because obviously this is not my car. There's no point to me to buy one just for that. I have one for all of the cars that I work on regularly. I remember last time doing this car, and the oil filter was a pain because I'll show you all. The oil filter is right there. As you can see, it's right there. See that white thing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from behind the wheel here, my channel locks, this way. It's hard to do one-handed. I wish I'd brought my tripod out here. It's also hard to do when you don't try and knock the oil over. So what I'm going to do is set you all down right there. Move this drain pan, because once I get it broke loose, I can put it back. Okay. Ooh, that's actually hot. Okay. So I got a hold of it. So what I'm doing now is just, okay. All right. Okay. Got it broke loose. So now what I will do, I'm going to set you guys. I will reach up here like such. Grab said oil filter. Actually, oh, I can hear it. I'll set you all down right there. All right. Move my drain pan. Go back through here. Okay. As soon as I feel it come loose, I'm going to try and come straight down this hole with it. Get down through here. Turn it over. Boom. Look at that. Very little, if any, spill. Okay. Let this drain for a sec. And we'll go ahead and jump out. Put this filter in my recycling. Remember, we got to take care of this earth. We only got one. So recycle. Even if that means taking it back to AutoZone or Advance or Walmart, they will take your used filters. So, little known fact, I know you all can't see me when you're hearing me. The shop I used to work at, somebody would obviously come and get the used oil, and a lot of times they would remanufacture it or use it somehow, use it for other forms of oil. And then when they got the filters, they would crush them, get the oil out, take the metal and the rubber and everything and recycle them. And I asked myself, well, what do y'all do with the filter elements? They said, well, there's no way to recycle them because they're so impregnated with oil, we can't recycle them. So we sell them to places such as concrete plants that actually burn them, and it uses the heat to make the concrete or whatever. It's pretty smart. I never thought about that. So, new filter. Earlier you saw I put oil in there. So I'm going to, this is really hard to see, but right there's where it goes. You can see right there. So, you'll see me reach my hand up in here. This, Get it good and straight. Make sure you get it tightened. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a glove or a rag and give it a final snug down. If you have the cup, what you want to do is get it hand tight and then a quarter turn is what it tells you. So, like I said, I'm going to get a rag or a glove, give it a final little snug down. Make sure it's not leaking. Okay, and I will pull my drain pan out. We'll put oil in this thing and we'll be done. It's easy as that. This is one of the easiest cars ever to do oil on. No skid plate, no nothing. So I got the filter tightened, drain plug tightened. Last thing to do, I also topped my coolant off, put new washer fluid in it, check the filter's good, power steering fluid's good. Brake fluid could use a change, but like I said, I'm pretty sure this car has a seized up rear caliper. So now we're going to put the oil in, and then we will check it for leaks. This takes 4.97 quarts, so 5 quarts it is. I use full synthetic. That's what this car had in it before. It's what I use in my personal cars, so that's what I recommend. It's worth the extra money in terms of reliability on your car. Sometimes you do get, I have heard people report that when switching from regular to full synthetic, they get better gas mileage, they get better horsepower. I just feel like it's a better investment for the longevity of your car and the maintenance of your car. So we'll let this drain for a sec, get all that out. We'll start the car, check for leaks, back it off the ramps, and we'll be done. The only thing I'll have to do is put the oil in the drain pan. 5 quarts in, make sure you put your cap on. What I like to do is always put the cap right here. That way you can't close the hood latch with the cap in there. It's a little trick I learned from a guy I used to work with. So now what we'll do is we'll get in here, fire this thing up, back it off the ramps. I'm gonna move the mower first. So before I back it up and run over the mower. Start this thing up, check for leaks, and then, like I said, back it up. And then I'm actually going to jack the rear of it up and start working on that caliper. Well, it might help if I got the right key. That's for the truck. That's the problem with having a Ford and a Ford. Okay. Ooh, already quieter. Have no leaks. I gotta get my channel locks out. No leaks. There it is. So one thing I recommend is either change your maintenance lights or write down what your mileage is. That way you can keep track of it. Full synthetic, you can go between 5 and 10. It's just personal choice. I go like 7. So I'm gonna back this thing up, then jack the rear up and start working on caliper. But that's literally it, guys and girls. Simple as that. 30 minutes tops. You can change your own oil, and I had 30 bucks in parts. One last thing I recommend doing, once it's on the ground, good level, let it run for a little while, let it sit, then check your oil level. Because sometimes cars may say, oh, they take 4.97 and you put 5 in and it's a little low, whatever, blah, blah. Just always check your oil when you get done checking oil change. Even if it's the day after, the first time you put gas in it, whatever. Always check your oil level after you change your oil. We'll be done.